Good morning. Coffee Conversations with Greg J is on. How you doing today? Doing all right. You know, one step at a time, one day at a time, one moment at a time. Staying clear, staying focused as we emerge and we move through pandemic times, difficult times in the world, difficult times in the community. Just moving forward, man, that's what we are doing. Today, I just want to contemplate with me the mayoral elections coming up. And really just want to come from a space of discussion and open contemplation, not really a political pundit, if you will, but I am an observer of the community and, just want to put some stuff out there. Great. All across Southern California, actually all across the nation, right, is midterm time. It's very, very important, very, very critical that we exercise our right to vote in some states. You may even have family in those states if you're from California, but in some states, they're trying to hinder, reduce, and even remove voting rights in certain counties and states, which would be the exact opposite of the goals of the civil rights movement. A lot of that is going on. And then there's just, a very poignant consideration. Which side do you want to vote on? Some sides we thought were good. And then, well, maybe, okay, the other side, we just saw had a big, to echo Joe Biden, a plague. Did you see him at the White House Correspondents' Dinner? And he said that we had a plague 4 years and then the pandemic came. Very interesting conversation there. But the point of it is that you just need to vote. That's how I look at everything that we say. Just please exercise your right to vote. Be informed on the issues that are before you, whether it's at the national level, the state level, and indeed the local level. Find out who's running for mayor. I know in Long Beach, where we originate, we service the globe, but we originate in Long Beach, California. There's an all-important mayoral election. The current mayor is moving on to run for Congress, and now all hats are in the ring to take his seat. And it's a very critical time, right, as we move out of the pandemic time and into recovery in all of these municipalities. So I think right now there's a lot in front of whoever the mayor would be. And I'll tell you what, you can come if you're in Long Beach and you're interested in hearing about the mayoral candidates, if you're interested in hearing a little bit about some of the issues, and maybe you even want to ask a question of a mayoral candidate. The Arts Council for Long Beach is presenting, alongside the League of Women Voters, a mayoral candidates forum at the Museum of Latin American Art. That's over there on Alamitos. Let me give you the exact address, and I'll also put that in the chat. It's 628 Alamitos in the beautiful city of Long Beach from 10 a.m. to noon. 10 a.m. to noon. In the backyard there, the sculpture court of that beautiful facility. Would like for you to come, like for you to get there and, engage the candidates, I think there's 6 candidates there. I know Rex Richardson, vice mayor right now. He is running for mayor of Long Beach. He is challenged by Susie Price. She is on the city council. She is also running for mayor. There's a few other candidates in there. I see Franklin Sims is running for mayor of Long Beach. He's a popular community observer, digital media journalist. He's a lawyer too. I didn't know that. And so he's in the mix there, and a few other candidates. But come on out to the Museum of Latin American Art, 10 a.m. to noon, and see if you can get what you need from the current candidates of the city of Long Beach, the mayor's race. Meanwhile, over in LA, everybody's talking about it because they had their first candidates forum, and that is, Los Angeles is going for someone to fill its mayoral seat as Eric Garcetti moves on to become the ambassador to India. That's interesting, you know. And I heard a lot. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I have some audio from an address that I heard Mayor Garcetti speak on. Um, a couple of weeks ago, and he speaks on what is facing the whoever will take his place, especially in terms of the homelessness issue. And I didn't think about using that for this morning. I think I'll cue it up and put it out there somehow on today so that you can hear what he has to say. There's got to be a significant investment towards the ending of homelessness. This seems to be the number one topic for different mayoral candidates out there. I noticed that here in Long Beach, certainly homelessness is the number one issue facing the candidates. In Los Angeles, the number one issue facing the candidates. We had one of the candidates come on um, about a week or so ago, and he was speaking quite a bit about how he would end homelessness, one of the LA mayoral candidates. Um, I think we all should just pay attention to these races, Don't be complacent. Don't be, willy-nilly. Get out there and exercise your vote, no matter who you're voting for, right? You got to get out there and vote. We would talk to former LAPD Police Chief Bernard Parks on last week as we commemorated the 30th anniversary of the LA civil unrest. Wow, 30 years, right? We had a fantastic panel discussion with former LAPD Chief Bernard Parks, former City Councilwoman Jan Perry, who's now running for Congress, KJLH Vice President and General Manager Karen Slade, and renowned broadcast journalist Carl Nelson were all on that panel discussion. It's available on our pages, Coffee Conversations with Greg J, also on YouTube, also on wherever you get your favorite podcast, the audio version. And Bernard Parks had a lot to say about his role during the rebellion. He was the deputy chief in charge of, I guess, Central Division, and had a lot of areas of responsibility. And he talked about why there was a perceived lack of response by LAPD at the moment that the verdicts were read. It seemed as if no one was anticipating unrest, certainly weren't anticipating unrest at the level that we saw during that 6 days. But he has a lot to say. But he also sent me a letter, and I'm going to put it out on my social medias. He sent a memo dealing with Rick Caruso, and he basically is advocating that Rick Caruso is one of the main voices who spoke against him while he was, seeking reappointment as the Los Angeles police chief. I remember that we did a town hall meeting at Second Baptist Church in support of Bernard Parks. I remember that very, very well. I think that's around 2002 is when that happened. And we'll go ahead and publish that letter so that you could see what Chief Parks has to say about the current election and situations happening down in City Hall. All right. Don't want to be before you very long. This is what I'm saying today. I'm just really wanting to share with you and encourage you to please just go ahead and vote. Go ahead and pay attention to the races. If you're in Long Beach, please attend the Arts Council for Long Beach and League of Women Voters Mayoral Candidates Forum. Should be exciting. I heard that they got into a pretty strong debate even at one of the earlier candidates forums around town, and it got pretty testy is what I'm hearing is in the paper, and people are talking about it and everything. And while we want it to be exciting and insightful, this is not really a debate. It's more of a forum so that we can gain perspective on where these candidates stand in terms of the arts community, the creative economy in this space of um, economic recovery. I think that arts and culture is essential to the recovery of municipalities, to the recovery of regions. After COVID, a lot of artists were out of work. We have to enliven the arts all around our cities, and that helps us um, live a lot better. The arts, good accent to our way of living. That's Saturday, 10 a.m. to noon, Museum of Latin American. Let me put that in the chat right now. If y'all don't mind, and the 7th, 10 a.m. Pacific. You know what? If you can't make it, I'm gonna be live streaming that as well. So you're gonna have a great time, great access to this all important discussion in the city of Long Beach. But I would love to see you right there at the Museum of Latin American Art, and that's 628 Alamitos. You know where it is, just south of what street is that? Anaheim? So check it out. All right, y'all. Love one another. Love one another. Love one another. Peace and blessings.